Good morning, Spurs fans. It's Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic sock show on the internet. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land of where I'm streaming from today, the Wallamadagal, the Wangal and the Camaragal people of the Eora Nation. Pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and recognise that sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always shall be Aboriginal land. Extend my welcome to all mobs everywhere. And Ramadan Mubarak. How are we going, folks? It is a bright and breezy early 4:46 a.m. It's all hot and humid here already in Sydney, and it's about 40 minutes till the sun comes up. Oh no, till before, hang on, I've forgotten what it is. What's the thing? What am I doing? I'm going to get my times right. God, hang on a minute, folks. I don't want to bugger it up on day one. What time we got here? Bear with me. Alright, no, okay. Sun comes out at 10. Okay, right, I'll just go get some times in my head. Got to get some times in my head. How are we all doing? All nice and relaxed? I tell you who's not relaxed. Chelsea and Newcastle fans who are kicking off in a couple of hours in a very exciting mid-table clash. Which I don't think Chelsea, even if they win, they can't claw their way out of the bottom of the bottom half of the table. They're down where they belong, in the depths, despair. I'm sure their fans are loving the excitement of maybe reaching 10th. Or that's what they've got to go for this year. They've got to go. They're going to see if they can get in the top half of the table. Bless them. I think they're only 12 points clear of relegation. I mean, that's not, you never know. Football's a funny old thing, isn't it? Maybe next year Chelsea will get relegated. I was hoping it'd be this year, but maybe next year. Maybe next year. All right, now, let's have a look in the chat here. There was a couple of comments that came up before my thing, kicked into gear here. So I'll get through those. Of course, Matthew's calling me a hello Playboy brat. B-grade version of Lenin. I know, it's nice, isn't it? I come here and I do this and I get that. I don't know, man. Mark N. Good evening, my hipster hero. Let's see. There's a bit of yin and yang for you. I think Villa, we scared of... hang on. I think Villa, we scared of us yesterday. They went 5 at the back. Yes. They were scared of us. Yes, okay. Got it. They went 5 at the back. I know, we're like 4 goals disallowed and about 15 shots on target. What? Hang on. What? We had 4 goals disallowed. What? 15... Oh, I don't know, man. Alternate universe. But we still won, it looks like, against the 5 at the back Villa. And then we can go over here. Here we go. We can go over here. Where's the thing? Right. All right. We're back on track. Back on track. Martin, good morning. Morning, evening, Paul. Chat, how are we? I'm all right, Martin. I'm all right, Martin. Just hydrating. Which seems to be a thing that people on the internet go on about. Got to keep hydrated. There's more in 24. There's more in 24. Spurs are going to be like a cat burglar. Well, like Hamburglar or David Niven. And shimmy up the drain pipe with some more David Niven through the open window. I don't know if I like the sound of this. And nick the title. From Arsenal, Liverpool and City. Well, the most points we can get is 86. That's if we win every game. I don't know, man. That's a tall order. I think that's what I don't know. I might have that wrong, but it's around that, isn't it? Could there be a never before seen slump in the top? I'd say top 3. I'm not counting Aston Villa in this. You can't count Aston Villa in everything after that shit show on the weekend. They were crap. They were appalling. Yeah. Look, I can understand Villa fans leaving and deserting their team with about 15 minutes to go. I've only left the match once, and it was a Littlewoods Cup clash against West Ham, and I left when we were 3-0 up with a couple of minutes to go, and I think we ended up winning 5-0. So that taught me never to leave early. But they were all fleeing like rats, leaving a sinking ship, weren't they? All you could see were seats. It was disgraceful. So I'm not including Aston Villa in that. With Unai Emery's plans. Football beats plans every time. Improvisation. Not, we're 1-0 down, Gaffer, looking over to the sideline. What do we do? No. You do what's in here and in here, not what the bloke over there is saying. James Paratrooper, good morning. Paul. Morning, James. How you going? Mick Dundee. Oh, Australians getting up early. Hey. Morning, Paul. A great win, Cohen, you Spurs. It absolutely was. Absolutely was. Oh, I can see some controversy just around the corner here. You might be thinking, God, United States, eh? That's a big old country, population of about 380 million. Surely the biggest Spurs channel of the United States of America wouldn't go slumming it on channels like that. Oh no, he's a man of the people. Hello, Jacob. He isn't big time me yet. I mean, big up Paul, big up Jacob. He's all full of caps. He's always full of caps. 4-0, not good enough. Yeah, that's right. Hang on. I forgot to do this. Hang on, where is it? 4-0. It's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. Why weren't we perfect and flawless? It was only 4-0. I know. Disappointing, wasn't it? Disappointing. You gotta laugh, isn't it? I mean, football isn't a game with score lines like basketball, is it? You know, you don't get 10-8, 17-5, you know, or even rugby or something like that. Even the brilliant teams win 1-0. It's so hard to score a goal. We got 4. People can't seriously be whinging. They can't be. I refuse to believe you, Jacob. Well, I don't refuse to believe you. I just don't want to. Mick Dundee. You wouldn't have thought Spurs were playing a team higher in the table than it. I know. I was gobsmacked, man. Gobsmacked that they went 5 at the back. Why? They didn't go 5 at the back. Didn't they? They beat Liverpool and Manchester City at home, didn't they? Were they 5 at the back then? I don't know. We're just bamboozling people. Bamboozling. They don't know what to do. I saw Emery's press conference afterwards. I've forgotten because it was so boring. But he was talking about his plan or something, and you know what it was supposed to do. I don't know. Especially at home as well. Especially at home, they weren't in the game at all. We didn't let them though. In fairness, I mean they were crap, but we made them crap as well. Mark N, half my commitment didn't come up. When we lost 2-1 at home, we should have had 8 goals. Oh, right. We should have had 8 with goals disallowed. Right. I was thinking, God, Mark is Mark fallen victim to the Mandela effect? Is that still a thing on the internet, or am I like, I'm just a boomer, I believe they say. A boomer. OTC, transitional period. Oh, that's a interesting name. I don't know what it means. Hang on. Was this Mr. Sugar and you've changed or something? RIP FHTV. I don't know what FHTV stands for, man. Don't know what it stands for. Transitional period. While you're thinking, eh? Nice one. Roll me one, Kenobi. Oh, says, hey all. There's a few people in. Hello, everyone. Marpin Prasai. But Ange has been found out. He's been found out. When's that going to be put to bed? When are we going to see the end of that? I mean, fucking hell, we've lost 6 games this year. We lost 14 last year. I didn't see much of the Conte's been found out last year when we were shite. Was it? I mean, there was other comments like we were rubbish. But found out. Ange isn't even on the pitch. What are they on about? Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Whenever I hear that song, I get goosebumps. Well, you need to check out the 1967 FA Cup team, FA Cup single. I just got a little interruption there from Jacob, who, even though he's very shouty and uppercase on YouTube chats, personally, he's quite mellow, you know. It's all a persona. It's all a facade. I don't know yet, Jacob. I'll be working. I'll be working probably, but we'll see how we go. I think I got a sneeze as well. A sneeze somewhere. Martin says if Werner keeps this up, 15 million for him is a no-brainer. He will be more on board the Ange train. I have some thoughts about that. I'm just going to top up my water. Excuse me. I do have some thoughts on that. Yeah, I was thinking about this last night, man. Because football's a team game, isn't it? Football's a team game. And I think that, you know, people, not that this is untrue, but, you know, you get better, you stick higher quality players in the team and you play better. Okay, of course there's truth in that, but there is an importance in this thing called team and balance and chemistry as well, and it's who fits into that as well. So I think for me, it's possible we could do that with Timo, but it's a long way to go to the end of the season, isn't it? So if he keeps doing what he's doing, then it's a possibility. I wouldn't be too disappointed. But if he's like patchy and in and out, I would probably say no. I don't know if any of that made sense, but I'm not ruling it out. You know what I mean? Because if we're playing well together, I'm like, you know, in good teams, like, well, in teams that win things, look at Leicester City. Were all those players the best in their positions? No, but they played really well as a unit, and that's important. So I don't know. It could be a no-brainer. Could be a no-brainer. Jury's out. I'm guessing. I'm saying, you know, Mr. M. Hey, hippie, big up, man. I now need to blow my nose. What the hell is going on? Far out. Call yourself professional streamer. Hang on. I don't know if it's like vibrations that, I don't know. I don't blow my nose the rest of the day. It's just you lot. Am I allergic to, maybe I'm mildly allergic to streaming or technology or something on my microphone. I don't know. Yeah, big up Mr. M. Nice to have you around, man. David Calvino. I think David Calvino is the only person that's above me in this week's tipping competition. Because I'm riding second. Because I jammied guessing 4-0 to Tottenham, which helped me out. David Calvino, big up Paul, big up and chat, big up David, nice to see you, man. Yeah, we got Glory Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, that song after the game feels so good. I prefer it before. It used to be the song they played as they came out on the pitch. I used to love that. Used to have Willie Morgan, and he'd say, "Welcome to White Hart Lane, world famous home of the Spurs." Da-dan, 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 and they'd run out. Now we got bleeding Phantom Menace music or some old crap. And speaking of music, you know what I'd like? I'd like after the whistle goes, okay, play Glory Tottenham Hotspur if that's where we're going to stick it now. But then after that, nothing. I want to hear the fans. I don't want the atmosphere to be dictated by a discotheque. I want to hear what the fans say sing. You know, because you could hear it after at the end of the Villa game. I mean, after Aston Villa had buggered off home, but you could hear them singing the songs to the players and to Ange and about Tottenham, and that's what I like to hear. And if the performance wasn't good enough to inspire them, then that's audible too. I like to hear the fans making the atmosphere, not that music. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's nah. Switch it all off. Switch it all off. Roll me one, Kenobi. You been slapped, Villa, like a sushi. We certainly. Is it? Huh? Does sushi get slapped up? Does it? Oh well, yeah. No, we did. We did. It was great. I loved it. I had a really exciting game. Go on, we've got Bizarro Jacob in here. Angie's so naive yesterday, bro. How can he not adapt like Unai Emery? Yeah, we should have adapted. That's a very good way of putting it, man. Very good way of putting it. Ange needs to adapt. That's what happens, isn't it? That's what happens. Unai Emery went into his little dressing room the day of the game. Look, lads, this way we've been playing football all year. It's not going to be good enough to beat Tottenham. So what we're going to do instead, get a load of this, is we're going to go 5 at the back. Huh? What, Gaffer? Yeah, what I'm saying is you're a bit too shit the way you're playing to beat Tottenham. So we're going to go safety. That's going to be in their heads the rest of the season. Rest of their season. They know that they're the way they've been training, the way they've been playing just isn't bloody well good enough. Isn't good enough. They've got no identity. They've done a Ten Hag, didn't they? What was Man United's identity? I don't know. Je ne sais pas. I don't know. Liverpool got a clear identity. Manchester City, I don't know if they've got a clear identity. They can balance it out with billions of dollars, but I don't know if they've got an identity. They seem to be, well, put it this way, their identity is time waste. That's what they do, isn't it? Have I got like a... time waste. They did it against us. Well, I thought that was pathetic when Manchester City did that. We're 1-0 up, and they're doing the corner flag shit. It's like, if you're that good, go 2-0 up. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. That's what we did against Villa. I wonder if there's anyone anywhere saying, you know, when we were going 1-0, 2-0 up, perhaps before Dirty John McGinn got sent off. I wonder if anyone was saying, we need to shore this up. Don't throw it away. We go 3-0. We go 4-0. That's what we do. Ange is naive. Yeah, he should have adapted. What was the comments I saw, man? It was Ange is too naive for Emery or something like that. Brilliant. Bring it on, fuckers. Martin loved Bentancur's little reminder. It was just a little tickle, wasn't it? Just a little tickle. Little tickle. Cash had a crap game anyway. I think that was you know, we took the higher ground, didn't we? We didn't get. I think there have been games where, not that we've lost our head, but like Chelsea, you know, rattled us a bit, didn't they? You know, if I'm honest about it, I think they rattled us a little bit. Not to the extent where we deserved 2 red cards or anything like that. Before we then really got on top of them. But Aston Villa were trying all sorts of dirty stuff, weren't they? All sorts of shenanigans, and we stood our ground. We stood tall, but we didn't get sucked into it. Which is it was great. That's really strong mentality. Really strong. Yeah, little Brennan Johnson, bloody hell. He was having a you know, reminding Cash. You know, when Aston Villa players were trying to do that stupid obstruct the goalkeeper tactic, our players were sticking that. No, you're not doing this. You're not doing this. Not in our box. Not in Big Vic between the sticks box. So I think we trod the line really well with our discipline. Didn't get sucked in, but we weren't no pushover either. It was great, but it was fun. The Cash just got a little love tap at the end of the game. I did enjoy that. Levy, go! Is that a Swedish flag? I always get my Scandinavian flags mixed up, man. But Levy, go! Go! But Ange is naive and Johnson's a flop, right? Yeah. I know, man. I thought for me, Johnson was man of the match. But it could have been one of a few players, couldn't it? It could have been Sarr or Doggy or Romero or Van der Ven or Madison. I mean, this was that was the sort of state we were in at the beginning of the year. Where I mean, who is man of the match? Very hard to pick. There's an argument for so many players, but I've always stuck up for Johnson, always, because I think, and it's not an age thing. I've heard the argument used. He's a young kid. He needs to mature. That's not my argument. My argument is, as a football player, sometimes you take a while to mesh in and work out what's what. And I think that's what's happening with Johnson. I think he was outstanding yesterday. He's absolutely outstanding. We could see the real genesis, I think, of some real chemistry between him and Doggy. It was coming off a couple of times, but I think there's a lot more for that to flourish. That's what I liked about the performance. It was really good, but I can see where we can improve. Very exciting, man. I did a stream yesterday, and there were a couple of comments saying that that's the closest they've seen us play. One comment was that's the closest they've seen us play compared to Celtic or to Brisbane, and I think they're quite right. We were really good, but we haven't quite got to where we want to go yet. Not yet, but I'm excited. If we can do that away from home when we're not even quite there, just wait till we are, man. Oh, we're going to steamroll everyone, man. Steamroll them all. Romy One Kenobi, I think you have a baller on your hands with Johnson. I think so too. Why not? OTC. I don't want to really talk about other streamers, man, Well, David Calvino, not specifically anyway. Martin Vicario. Oh. Martin, I bow to your football knowledge, Paul. I wouldn't do that, man. Second in the Hippie League. Okay, well, I am a good prognosticator. It's the only time I've been this high up in the competition, man. It's only going to happen once. Bear in mind, I said Arsenal would lose 6-0 at Brentford, so, swings and roundabouts. But all right, yeah, wonders will never cease. Peace and love, man. That's right. Marpin Presai. For me, the toughest game to watch this season was Everton 2-1 win at home, where Romero got injured, and we had to bring Dyer in second. Second would be Wolves away. Yeah, my memory's fading of our previous games, but yeah, Wolves away was definitely a dodgy one. Like West Ham, I didn't think we played well. The game the other week, was that the one at Everton? The Everton game? I don't know. There's been about maybe 3-4 performances that have been, less than desirable, I guess. Which isn't bad. And that was when we were all, all injured and shit. So I think it's been brilliant. Oh, there's loads of comments here. Mark N, Big Ange is correct, because as soon as you change your tactics for random matches, the players will lose confidence. That's right, man. Think of how much the confidence they got out of that game yesterday, man. And by the accounts of Madison and which players did I see interviewed afterwards? There's a few players afterwards, and they were saying that. Hold on, I'm getting confused. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, there's a couple of players that said at halftime, Ange's message wasn't like a kick up the arse or anything like that. It was just keep doing what you're doing. They're getting tired and they're going to break. That's it. I also watched the Mickey van der Ven interview on Optus Sports, and he was saying similar things. He was saying that, Ange doesn't give you a bollocking if you make mistakes. Just keep doing it, because he knows if you keep doing it, you're going to get better. Which I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? If you're sincerely, and he sussed out the personalities of these people. If you're sincerely attempting to do something, and you're not, and it's not coming off, it's human nature. If you keep, unless you're doing fun, something that doesn't make sense. If you're trying to do something that makes sense within the context of the game, and you're just getting it a little bit off, Ange doesn't have a go at you. Isn't that what? Because you practice and you get it right eventually. It's great. So you've got freedom to play, and you know that the manager's going to back you, which he has been doing. Not like our previous manager. Big Ange's great, but as soon as you change your tactics for random matches, the players will lose confidence, and it's easy to change them from game to game like Villa. What? Do Villa change them game to game? I suppose they must do. I mean, it was a pretty drastic change that happened yesterday, though, wasn't it? I mean, that was. Villa was preoccupied with the table, weren't they? Let's get a draw. Then we're like 5 points ahead or something like that. 6 points ahead with a game. 6 points ahead. We've stitched up top four, boys. Just go out there. Park the bus. Don't let them score. Champions League next year. Fortune favours the brave. Got to keep an eye on the clock here. Fortune favours the brave, man. Roll me one Kenobi. I remember the English media laughed at Ange when he went to Celtic. Yeah, oh yeah, so did the Scottish media a bit. I was watching it all unfold, man. But I'm glad he's showing his skill and putting the media in the mud. Yeah, he got the same deal when he went to Scotland. And a lot of the Celtic fans were thinking, what's going on here? 'Cause, I mean, the funny that when he went to Celtic, he didn't even have a valid UEFA licence to coach a football team. So they had to do some finagling and exemptions for him to get that. So that made it look even more of a tragic appointment. But Celtic turned the corner really quickly. Really quickly, man. James Paratrooper, didn't Sonny score a hat-trick against Fulham last season? Not away, we drew. I think we drew. Didn't we draw it? Oh, hang on, I might get confused between that and the League Cup game. I looked at it this morning to see how many Dreamo-meter points were up for grabs. Oh no, Premier League we did win. No, last year we won 1-0. So there's no Dreamo-meter points up for grabs in the next fixture, but we're at 76 points on that reckoning. Maybe at home we did. I can't remember. Fulham will get a shellacking against the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. 10-0. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? I'd love a bit of that. I'll have a 13-0. So we beat our record that we against Crew Alexandria. 13-2, I think that was. I think there's a big thumping coming, man, somewhere. Look, look, we're towards the end of the season. Okay, we're playing some big teams all in a row, but then we're playing Sheffield United and Burnley at the end. I'd love to see a 10-0 against one of them. Ruthless. Hello, Mia. It's Spurs Between the Lines. Big up Paul and all in the chat. Big up Mia. J Mac. Big up Paul. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Jay. Big Ange has not been found out. Of course he hasn't. In my opinion, with the injuries, we had it upset the rhythm. Absolutely. And in suspension, you know, some of it was our own doing as well, you know. When those players came back, it will take time for them to get back into a rhythm. Yeah, a couple of games. It's only taken a couple of games, doesn't it, really? Like the game, what was it, a couple of weeks ago, was that the Everton one? We were a bit ordinary there. Then against Crystal Palace, we started ticking. The thing that I was happy that we started the game against Aston Villa near enough where we left off against Palace. So, you know, that's the trajectory. It's not, you know, up and down, you know. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of that, but it's generally going to go that way now. That's what I'm hoping for. Oh, someone's giving me money here. Ooh, thank you, Mia. Big up, Paul. Fab win for the mighty Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. I know, thanks. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it, Mia. I loved it. Thought it was wonderful. Wonderful. Man, Bushman, Stamer, Eronista. But I'm streaming. Few people in. Lose chill music. Hello, man. Hi, Paul. Hope things are going well. Things are going tickety-boo, man. Tickety-boo. Tickety-boo. I'm planning out my next gizmo. I've been reading like documentation and stuff like that. Maybe this week, maybe next week. Just watch this space. It's not gonna like make everything super duper or super different, but it's gonna it's gonna make it more fun for me, easier. Roadcaster Pro 2. I keep saying it, in the odd hope they'll send me an email saying, "Oh, would you like one for free?" Like, yeah, all right. Martin, Fulham next in line for a spanking. I think so. I can't see Fulham laying a glove on us. Jefferman777, I think that's a new name. Hello, man. Looks like your nemesis. Oh, what's this? All right, it's quitting YouTube. Closing down his channel. Oh, well, there you go. Yep, I'll believe that when I see it. Ronald M, blimey, you're up late, or is it early? We've got a Ronnie in the house. It is early. It's early, man. Early, alive and kicking. I might have to do a video like the one Ronnie. No, that's too. I'll have to play. I'd be playing that all the time. Hey, Martin's in with. Not only is Martin and Ronald, to be fair, Martin is a member of the channel, the Hotspur Hippie commune. You got to give these things names. It just sort of plopped out one day. I don't want to call it an army or a family or something like that. I'll just, you know, so it's a commune. Thematic. But what it basically means, you're giving me some money, which is very, very nice. Thank you very much. Gifted one Hotspur Hippie membership. Let's see who got that. Who got that? OTC transitional period. Welcome to the commune, man. Courtesy of Martin. Thank you so much, Martin. Very kind of you. Martin Bushman. Martin Bushman? That's what happens when you pay me money. I just keep saying your name. Mountain Bushman. Big up, Paul and Jacob. Big up, man. Big up, Mountain Bushman. I feel that Mountain Bushman might be in a fairly similar boat to me, that the whole big up thing is a bit weird, at the a bit odd. It's maybe a bit young, it's a bit happening, it's a bit trendy, but you kind of get used to it and it's quite funny. Excuse me. James Paratrooper, we should have Conan the Barbarian. Anvil of Crom. Opening theme. I'd prefer that to the Phantom Menace, man. What is it? The blood of our enemies, the melting of our enemies. Mark Ian, the Dragon, looked like he'd been playing with us all season. It was great to see him just slip right in there. Slip right in there like James Bond in between the sheets. And it was so nice to have a quality substitution to bring on in defence. Boy, we've turned that around, haven't we? From last year, not even be able to field two decent centre-backs. We only had one. Now we've got three. And, you know, all this agitation and bullshit by Dragoshin's agent. You know, now he's got his shot. We'll see how he goes. Maybe Van der Ven will come back fresh as a daisy. Maybe, hopefully it's not a big injury. But you know, especially if we're in Europe next year and we're playing 2 matches a week, the chance of him, you know, backing up and be able to come back in, you know, 2 or 3 days would be unlikely. So you get more, get more time, bit of rotation. Blow my nose again. I must be allergic to all this. I don't know, man. Must be allergic. Hang on. We go back rocking and rolling. Yeah, he did. A lot of our players have slipped in, haven't they? Romy One Kenobi, the scene when Crocodile Dundee, where Dundee pulls out a knife. Yeah. That's an old one, isn't it? On the mugger was Ange to Emre yesterday. I think it was. What was our plan? I think maybe our plan yesterday was just to keep our heads. Focus on our football. The game's called football, isn't it? Focus on that. And he's all moving salt and pepper shakers around or whatever they do. Horrifying. Ronald in, we done no bloody business yesterday. We certainly did. Result, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Keep an eye on the time. Five minutes. We done the bloody business yesterday. Result 10 out of 10. Yeah. It was great to watch, man. It was great to watch. Softened them up with some body shots in the first half and then decked them out. They were just tweeting, weren't they? Tweet, 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 tweet. Second half. Oh, I was getting greedy at the end, man. I was going, oh, let's get 5. Let's get 6. We just didn't stop. Kept on going. They were a shit show. Aston Villa, but we made them do that. I wonder if part of them losing their heads, like McGinn losing their heads, is when their rough and tumble tactics didn't rattle us. They got a bit shirty with that, and so they just tried a bit harder, and then he stepped over the line. And he's out for 3 games, isn't he? Their captain, Aston Villa's captain's out for the next 3 games. They could just plummet like some Birmingham-based sycamore seed on fire. Just goes. James Paratrooper, the Radu, the last dragon. Is that who he is? Was excellent. Yeah, he took the block with his bread basket for the team. He certainly did. Dragon is a warrior. He was very stoic in his interview with what's his name? The Cabbage King, Millsy. I don't know if you saw that on Spurs play. Millsy has got to pay a bit more attention to the match as well. Because he was saying, he's doing his little shuffle with his hand in his pocket. So, Radu, you know, nice half-hour appearance there. And it's like, dude, he came on just after the second half started. Well, you came on after we were 2-0 up. No, he didn't. He came on before we were 2-0 up. The Dragon was just, you know, very stoic, wasn't he? Martin, when it clicks, we were unbeatable. Next season can't come quick enough. I'm going to savour the end of this one as well, man. I was seeing the progression. Mark N, the big man, turned Davies and Royale into part-time centre-backs. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that was a big writing on the wall for Eric Dyer, isn't it? Yeah, I'd rather play 2 fullbacks than you, Eric. Ainge just came in and just said, right, no, you're not playing, unless, like, we have to. You're not here. Oh, agent does quick press release. I want to stay at Tottenham and fight for my place. I really like the 85 grand a week I'm getting. I know I'm not going to get that elsewhere. I'm going to drag it out a bit. Marpin Prasai, for the first time when you heard Ange being linked to Tottenham, I guess that was a big pleasant surprise to you, Paul. One of your favourite manager being to the club of your heart. It was. How did it all unfold? So Conte went. Then we had Stellini and Mason. Meanwhile, I'm watching Celtic as well, tearing the place up. My hope was growing the longer it took us to appoint a manager, because that's when I started thinking, man, you know what? I just got a message from. Oh, I just got a message from We Are Tottenham TV. Would I like to come on a panel? I'll have a look at that. So yeah, so we didn't appoint a manager straight away. We went Stellini and Ryan Mason. That's when I started thinking, if the reason we're not appointing a manager is because Ange is being loyal and sticking it out to the end of the season at Celtic, I was starting to hope, man. I was thinking, could that possibly be the case? And it turned out to be the case. And I think that says a lot about Ange, not jumping ship halfway through. Seeing out the end of the job at Celtic and then coming down. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Brilliant. Out of all the managers being touted, was it Nagelsmann? No way. Arne Slot, I was thinking, okay, I didn't really know too much about it, but I thought, Dutch and, all that, maybe he's all right. But it was Ange all the way for me. That was always my number one pick. I didn't really think it would happen. I wasn't predicting it would happen. But I really hoped it would happen. So it was great. In fact, I was away up in the Central Coast. That was sort of the kind of weekend before it was all unfolding, and I was just constantly listening to podcasts and news, waiting for the official news because the rumours were starting, and I was, when's it going to be announced? And a mate, one of us, he was saying it was like World War II bulletins. Because all they could hear is me listening to Tottenham shit all the time. They go, wait, just give me the official news that Ange has been appointed. I became obsessed. Marpin Prasai, Paul, do you drive all day? Must be tiring for you. Yeah, I do. Look, it can be, but I do break it up, and the good thing about driving around in Sydney is that there's a lot of nice nature out of the CBD, the actual, the big city centre. There's a lot of, parks or beaches and stuff like that. And so it's very easy, I can take a break and go exploring. And that's been a good thing about doing it. I've found lots of new spots around that I didn't know were there. Get back, because nature, I love nature, walking around it. It sort of fills me with, I don't know, energy, much more than concrete and car horns does. But sometimes, yeah. But look, you got to do what you got to do, and I'm not, not going to cry about it. And and the good thing is, like, at the end of the day, when I get out of the car, even if I've had a really shit day, which doesn't really happen that often, because most people are cool. It's weird. Like as soon as I get out of the car, it all leaves me, because I know tomorrow's going to be different. I'm not working in an office with the same people and the same bullshit and deadlines and all that. That's why I left all that crap, man. So as jobs goes, it's about the only thing I'm capable of doing, really. So I'm fortunate in a way. James Paratrooper. People still think we're the old Tottenham. Who's these people? What people? Name and shame. No, don't name and shame. But we're not the old Tottenham. Of course we're not the old Tottenham. How the bloody hell can we... old Tottenham is in 1980s Tottenham. I'll take that one. We're getting back to that. But we're not like the Tottenham. We're nowhere near the Tottenham we were a couple of years last year. No, it's chalk and cheese. This is the dawning of the age of Angelus. I think that's his full name, isn't it? Ange is short for Angelus. I hope I've got that wrong. My apologies to Greek viewers if I've really cocked that up. At the age of Ange Postecoglou, that's it. Come on, you Spurs, that's it. Oh, excuse me a second, folks. I'll be back in a minute or two. Back in a minute. Hello, hello, hello. Back again, back again. All right, here we go. Mark in. 14-0 away to Sheffield United. Yeah, bugger it. Why not? I can't stand them. Yeah, no. Time wasters. Rubbish. I prefer Sheffield Wednesday. Well, when I lived in Sheffield for a couple of years, man, Sheffield Wednesday was the team I used to watch up there. And I remember Tottenham beating Sheffield United 2-0 in the Littlewoods Cup. Second round or something like that. That was great. Paul Gascoigne scored. Sheffield Wednesday were my team. It's funny how things have changed around though, isn't it? What's going on here? There's a big super chat. Bloody hell, what's going on? Oh, it's all gone nuts. What's going on? Matthew, Australia, the greatest country. Oh, I don't have pride in countries, man. Dermatron 2000. THFC till I die. €20. It's like $5 million. Brilliant, man. Thank you. It was good having a fun old chat with you and Dave the other day. Good. It was fun. And I will disagree with you about something, man. Disagree with you mildly, you know, because like you were saying about it, you know, you can go on Dave's channel and debate, and it's all fun. I know what you mean, but you see, to me, going on Dave's channel, it's not debating, because we're not trying to persuade each other. If we disagree, we give each other a fun bit of crap, you know, but it's not a debate. So for me, it's like, yeah, you can disagree and it don't matter. It's the same sort of thing. I'm just putting it in different. I'm being a pedant. I'm being a pedant, man. But good on over to Dermatron's channel and give him some love. He's on the road to 2,000 subs, I believe. Give him a like and a subscribe. You're a mod. Put your bloody link in, Dermot. Put your link in, man. Be shameless. Why not? Good channel. Good channel. THFC till I die. Wonderful stuff. James Paratrooper, any news on Mickey van der Ven? The only thing I saw was Ange said afterwards he didn't think it was serious, but I mean, you know, how's he going to know? He wasn't like definite about it, so I don't know, man. Dermatron, Van der Ven had text today at a test today, Hotspur away. Do we know what happened, man? Dreadlock 74, another member of the commune. It's one of my favourite Spurs shirts, geezer. You know. I like them. I like most of them, man. Yeah. It's a good one. And I like what I like about it is the sponsors faded. Sponsors faded. How good's that? Makes it more pure, less capitalist and dirty. Whereas the new shirt, the bloody iridescent stuff has come off, so you can hardly see the badge. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm investigating what washproof thing can you cover with the cover plastic with, and I think there's this stuff called liquid rubber, but I'm not entirely sure if it's possible or not. But yeah, at the moment, so my new kit is a navy blue badge on a navy blue shirt. You can't even see it. Talk about form over function. Sanchez Bethnal Green, Villa, dirtiest club in the Premier League. Yeah, I think so. Like, I think Nottingham Forest were physical, but I didn't think they were dirty, if you know what I mean. I thought Villa were disgusting, as usual. Well, what do you expect it? I mean, you know, from a former Gooner manager. Typical. Hello, Wayne Bonner. What's up, everyone? Hope you're all well. Bring on the summer transfer window. Oh, wow. God, what are we buying? Looking forward to seeing what business we do. Yeah, it's going to be cool. I keep forgetting we got that Lucas Bergvall kid, though, so that's going to be interesting, you know? Wayne Bonner, Van der Ven's pace yesterday was immense, as usual. There's no one that can beat him, is there? Isn't it? Isn't it funny how a player like that is a defender? You know, you kind of think he's strong, he can play football, he'd be maybe even a centre forward or something like that, but no, he's a fantastic defender. We're very, very lucky to have him. Very lucky. He was like a runaway train at full speed. People can have like 2 or 3 yards on him, can't they? But it's both him and Romero that really just kept, you know, Ollie Watkins and the other one, what's his name? I don't know, Roy Hattersley or whatever his name is. It's just 2-on-2. And we kept them out of the game. Mickey's having scans today, says Andy McFarlane. All right, well, let's hope they go all right. I'm hopeful, man, because he was upset when it initially happened, but he did walk off the pitch okay. So if it is a hamstring, it's not a completely twanged, to use a medical term, twanged hamstring. It's just a tweaked hamstring. The tweak twang scale. Man of Football TV, hello, man. It's Chris. Hello, Chris. Even an all great result yesterday. Walked all over the villains. We certainly did, and that's what they deserved, the way they approached the game. Bugger them. Bugger them. Hope you're doing well, man. James Paratrooper, Ange will start a 10-year run. Boy. 8 EPL titles, 7 European Cups. Man, this is the stuff of fantasy, but I like it. Including 4 Champions League titles. Well, what are the other 3? I want all 7 to be European champions, man. If we're gonna dream, let's dream right up there. 10-year run. I'll give you eight quadruples. OTC transitional period. I think, welcome to the commune, man. I think Ange is just a stopgap for Arna. No. Who's Arna Slot? Who's he? Like how we brought in Nuno and got Conte? No. What's even Arna Slot doing? Let's have a look. What's he doing these days? Bless him. Is he still... What's he doing? Let's see how he's going. This is at Feyenoord, right? So what's Feyenoord doing then? I can't spell Feyenoord. This might take some time. Second in the Eredivisie. By miles. 10 points away. No. I mean, oh well. Yeah, I disconcur. I disconcur with your assessment now. Oh, bloody, there's loads of comments just flooded through. Why does it do that? Oh, George Carterus. Best day ever. That. Oh, he's okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, what was it you said in the chat on RS Hotspur? I did mention it, but I don't know if you're still around. Yeah, you said something like, you know, why are we going in the middle when Ange usually uses the wingers? Which I think was a fair question, and I think the answer was I don't think the wingers were doing quite exactly what they were told, and I think we saw more of it yesterday. Hopefully, you thought more yesterday was a bit more Angie. But having said that, I mean, Ange does, you know, it depends on his personnel in the team, what he gets out of them as well. But I hopefully thought that was a bit more Ange-like yesterday, George. But yeah, it was a good question, I thought. Stop bringing that guy up in here, please. Not interested. Phil Cummin, you Spurs, new member. Big up, Paul. Welcome to the commune, man. Hurrah! Hurrah! Oh, you think Van der Ven's knee? Right, okie dokie. Yeah, because I thought when he rubbed it, I thought, my reaction was, it didn't. What do I know, man? But I thought, I don't think that's his hamstring. That's what that was my first reaction. Because it was done it like a coming in on a tackle. It didn't look like he overextended anything or something like that. You can't always tell with a hamstring, though, can you? Because he could just be running and do it. But my gut reaction was it wasn't a hamstring. Sign me up for your medical department, Tottenham. Just say I'll do my diagnosis. Oh, well, that was good. Elvis G. Evening, Paul. Our team is taking shape, and so many of our players are young. That's the thing we've got to keep remembering as well. It's a very inexperienced squad that's gonna grow and mesh together as games go and time goes on. Our bench is actually looking stronger. I was pretty impressed with the way that when we made some substitutes during the game, that our performance didn't drop off, did it? We kept on going. It was very pleasing. Second behind PSV and out of Europa. There you go. Christian, there you go. That's it. That's Arne Slot. Hopefully Ange is going to be here for a decade and we'll win 8 quadruples. James Paratrooper, if Levy let Ange leave, then the players would start a protest and a hunger strike. Yeah, I'd get the right shits to be. I'd hate it. You know, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Ange has got the club listening to him. Meta Football TV, Villa were weak down the middle, which is why Ange wanted to expose this flaw. Very intelligent move by Ange. I know George was talking about previous games, man. Previous games where I think he was right, where, Crystal Palace, especially in the first half, our wingers were doing a bit more in the middle, whereas a bit less of that. But yeah, no, I think we dismantled Aston Villa with aplomb. Phil, come on you Spurs. If it was his hamstring, he would have had to have been carried off like last time. Yes, the way he walked off was all right, wasn't it? OTC transitional period. What manager should we get when Ange leaves? I'm not even going to countenance that. I think it's a bit... Look here. What time? So the exciting mid-table clash between Chelsea and Newcastle's kicking off in an hour and 15 minutes. I won't be watching it. I can't be asked. It's not Tottenham. Who gives a shit? Who gives a crap? Well, how long have we been going here? We've been going an hour. Oh, hang on. Yes, Paul, that's what I was referring to. They are weak. Yeah, man. Well, you know, Aston Villa's supposed to be, the best of the rest, aren't they? Not anymore. Not anymore. Got destiny in our own hands for top 4. I hate saying that expression because I just want to finish as high up the table as possible. Really do. Phil, come on, you Spurs. Ange will win trophies at our club. He suits us down to a T. I think so. I think so. The away fans were in good voice, weren't they? Singing Ange's name at the end. He's just a proper, honest, football, simple guy. It's been so long since we've had someone. When was the last time we had someone like that? Redknapp? Oh, that's a long time ago now, Redknapp, isn't it? What was that? It's 10 years or something, isn't it? Before that, Martin Yole was of that flavour as well. And then before that, I'd have to go all the way back to Terry Venables, man. I mean, that's just, So these kind of characters don't come around too often. So, nice to have one in the bag at the moment. Ronald M. Ange will be at Tottenham for a few years yet. Yeah, I think he's all locked in. He's all locked in. He's stitched up. He ain't going anywhere. I don't know what all this... Hey? Internet. Oh, crap, eh? It'll be a few years. Well, yeah, he's got another 3 seasons, hasn't he? We spent so much money paying off old managers. I think we're over it. Best manager we've had for years. Yeah, I think so too. We will see what happens, but he could end up being the best since Birkinshaw, and we'll see what happens after that. Like if he wins the league, he goes into another stratosphere, doesn't he? I think Birkinshaw would have won the league. It was only two people stopped us winning the league in the 80s, and that was Irving Scholar and Margaret Thatcher. That's our, the owner of the club and the Prime Minister. Without those, I think Keith Birkinshaw would have won a league. No doubt about it. But it wasn't to be, was it? But we'll see if things go a bit more our way this time. James, you're always worried about Ange's cough, man. He's been doing it for years, man. He's all right. He's all right. David Calvino, I love Martin Yole. Yeah, I did too, man. I thought he was great. Mistreated by the club as usual. You know, sacked at half time, wasn't he? I thought, yeah, he was a good guy. Actually, there was a good. It was a few years ago now, but I saw Ben and Sim from We Are Tottenham TV having a chat. Well, it's really having a chat with Martin Yole on their channel. It's a really good chat. Really good chat. You know, you could see how fond Martin Yole was of his time at Tottenham. So, you know, check that out if you're a Martin Yole freak. All right. Well, look, you know what? I think I'm going to wrap this up. So, what a nice stream. What a nice way to start the day. Thank you very much, folks. Let me see. Get my thank yous. Got more thank yous. Thank you very much to Super Chats from Mia from Spurs Between the Lines. Go and give it a like and a subscribe. I hope you should put a link in because I you know, it's a lot of me farting around. But go and have a look at Spurs Between the Lines. Give her a like and a subscribe. And thanks to Dermatron 2000. The Wexford Wrangler. Got to be careful what words I pick with begin with W. The Wexford Wrecker. There we go. Dermatron 2002. HFC Till I Die. Thank you very much for the super chat. And thank you very much to Martin, a member of the community's gifty one to someone else. Just someone else. It's brilliant. So thanks to those people. Thanks to everyone that's been commenting and keeping this going well past its sell-by date. Thanks to everyone who's watched, you know. It's very cool. If you click like and subscribe, thank you very much. You haven't, have you? Don't matter, does it? And if you're watching this afterwards, I hope it's distracted you, giving you a little bit of a giggle, distracted you. And thanks very much for joining me, folks. And I'll be back maybe in about 13 hours. We'll see how we go, eh? Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.